Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. This is Chrissy T. I'm back with a review on Baddies East episode 12. And honey, this episode was worse than the last episode because the cast is fake. I mean, from everybody fake, from Natalie down to Taseki. Y'all all fake and phony. And then y'all dick ride off everybody. No one has a mind of their own. It's always follow the leader. So do y'all think Scarface punked Taseki into an apology? Or did Scarface get punked by Taseki? Let me know what y'all think. The house is divided. But what I do know is that the girls in Natalie's clique in her house, they all take up for one another. But notice that the girls in the house with Taseki and Camille and Sky, none of them support each other or take up for one another. Because when Smiley got ambushed, nobody ran to her defense. Okay, when Sapphire and Smiley was fighting, Sukihana jumped in again for the second time. And then when Biggie was getting ambushed, nobody came to her defense. But when Biggie was being ambushed by Rollie, Scarface jumped in it. But the other girls in the house, y'all all weak. Y'all don't support one another. Y'all get in confessionals and talk all this crap, but don't say anything when y'all face to face. Why the hell was Smiley jumped a second time? Why the hell is Biggie being attacked by Rollie and Scarface while her homegirl, quote unquote, Taseki, sits back and watch? So let me just get into the scene. The beginning of the scene, Natalie is telling Smiley to either stand on business or go your ass home. And Smiley decided after they pressured her that she was going to go ahead and do the one-on-one fade. So Sapphire runs up and she pretty much does nothing. Again, all she did was hug the girl. I mean, it wasn't really a fight. It wasn't even a tussle. It was a hug. They were hugging. So Anna was yelling to Smiley, "Smiley, fight back." Smiley, fight back. Girl, if somebody have to tell you to fight back and to protect yourself, you don't belong on this show. And then you have Sukihana jump in, but she didn't really get any hits in. She was saying, "Get off my best friend. Stop pulling her hair." But she ain't do much of nothing, but it's principle. You still jumped in after you were the main one that said you are against hoes being jumped. And look what you did. So after Smiley getting jumped for the second time, they had the nerve to make up. And then she running around giving hugs. I'm sorry. I am not going to be cool with people who jumped me. I'm not going to be cool with people who said I lied about a miscarriage. Girl, are you stupid? You are too quick to forget these hoes and they didn't give you the same grace. But here you are, want to fit in. God, they had me pissed. And I don't know how much more I can take of these people because they weak. Especially the girls in Taseki's house. Y'all weak. Ugh. So anyway, E.T. decided it's her turn and she has some things she wants to get off her chest. So she says, "Taseki, you hurt my feelings when you was mocking me on Instagram." And Taseki explained to her that she was looking out for her sister like, a big sister would. But she said the thing is that they ain't even cool no more. So then Scarface then goes on to ask Taseki, "Can I get an apology?" And Taseki was like, "Apology for what?" And Scarface said, "Because you hurt my feelings. You was mocking me on Instagram." And Taseki was like I said. And then she stopped and she was like, "You know what? Hold my purse." And she gave her purse to Anna Mac. Now, Scarface, this is when you should have popped on Taseki since you're about that life. You said you had beef with her. T gave you a look and you was ready to pop on her, but you did nothing to Taseki. So, yeah, I'm starting to think that she actually punked you and not the other way around. And, yeah, Taseki wanted all the smoke because she asked somebody to hold her purse. But once again, y'all weak. So once Taseki said, "Hold my purse," they all getting all scared. They try to pull her back. And she was like, "No, it's not even worth it." So she said, "You know what? I'm going to go ahead and give you an apology," after they talk her into giving an apology. So then you apologize. You picked Scarface up, swung her around like a baby. And then you go in your confessional talking shit about each other, both of them. It's given fake. It's given weird. It's given scared. So in the midst of all this foolery and fakeness, T and Thomas the Train show up. And T said they out there giving hugs. She thought they were having a lesbian orgy. Child, I cracked up. It was just the fakeness of it all. I just can't. I cannot with this cast. They fight, then make up instead of talking it out before it actually gets into a fight. It's backwards. So then Anna Mac confronts Thomas the Train and they going back and forth. Now they done already fought episodes ago. And Anna is telling DJ Sky that if she don't apologize to her, then they're going to fight again. So they end up hugging it out after going back and forth. Because I think she did owe Anna Mac an apology. You ran up because Krishan told you to. She ordered the attack and that's what you did. So they hugged it out, and then Scarface and T hugged it out. And from the looks of it, it seems like they're finally on the same page and they may be getting along, but that ain't the case. All right, let's continue. So in the next scene, Natalie is going around saying that it's National Apology Day. And she threw her BFF under the bus. And she said, Scotty, are you going to apologize? And Scotty said, for what? I'm not apologizing. And she was like, I don't know if I don't want to apologize, but we haven't even discussed this. So, girl, they going back and forth about who was wrong, what happened, why they have a fight. Natalie, you could have left this alone, to be honest, because they was cool not speaking to each other. Now you done stirred up a pot of fighting soup. I mean, Natalie is stirring a pot. Somebody needs to go at her head because I'm about sick of her. I knew it was too good to be true. Because they have to go every season, every episode, it has to be a fight. Had Natalie kept her damn mouth shut, Anna and Scotty wouldn't be arguing right now. So things are already heated. It gets even more heated when Anna calls Scotty a lapdog. And Scotty grabs a wine glass, honey, and she tries to throw it at Anna, but security caught her. And Natalie was like, no. She quick to pick up something, ain't she? But as she was trying to throw that glass, Anna picked up a McDonald's bag and threw some chicken nuggets at her. Girl, I was too through. So then we get to Biggie and Rollie. You know, Biggie addressed Rollie in a calm way. And she was saying, I wanted to know where the animosity is coming from because we were cool. And then all of a sudden you switched up on me. And that's exactly what happened. Rollie and Biggie was cool. But when they got to that reunion, in Baddies West, Rollie did switch up on Biggie, and it came out of nowhere. So Rollie is saying to Biggie that she was doing too much with her in the Stunner Girl situation, and she told her to get her lick back, but Biggie act like she was scared to. So they going back and forth, Biggie yelling, and Rollie had enough, and she went upstairs. And so as she was walking away, going upstairs, Rollie said Biggie was just a replacement. But isn't your homegirl Scotty a replacement? I mean, your homegirl Scarface a replacement? Because she wasn't originally cast. And Rollie is saying to Biggie, she just mad because she's a replacement. She wasn't on the PJ. And Biggie is saying to her that she's just jealous because she's not the prettiest big girl in the house anymore. And now she is the prettiest big girl in the house. And I agree. Rollie wanted to be the only pretty big girl in the house. And she's threatened by Biggie. So they still going back and forth, honey. And finally, she went at Natalie. And she was saying to Natalie pretty much, you did not want me on this show because of your little friend, Rollie. And you didn't want me on the private jet because Rollie don't like me. And she didn't think it was fair. And that's what Natalie do. She has all her favorite girls with her. She considered the other girls as rejects or outcasts. And I think Natalie wants girls around her who she thinks she look better than. So all the rest of the girls are pretty much a threat to her. So she's not going to want to be around them. That's my opinion. So as Biggie was saying this to Natalie, Rollie decides she wants to come back downstairs. Okay, so then her and Biggie are going at it again. So Scarface out of nowhere got up out her seat, blowing her hot breath in Biggie's face, telling her to shut up and sit down. Then Scarface pushed Biggie down on the couch. Biggie, you should have mopped the floor with her. And you didn't. You let this girl punk you. You should have grabbed that hoe by her arm, twisted it, kicked her in the back. Girl, you should have did something. So both Rollie and Biggie are going back and forth yelling at each other. But Scarface seems to only want the smoke, obviously, with Biggie and told her to shut up. But meanwhile, your friend is just as loud as Biggie. And Biggie was like, well, why don't you tell Rollie to shut up? Because Biggie wasn't arguing with herself. They were both going back and forth. But again, she felt the need to jump in it and then put her hands on her, and nobody came to Biggie's defense. She was ambushed by Rollie and Scarface. Not only that, there were side conversations going on in the midst of all three of them arguing, and the girls that she's in the house with making these slick comments in defense of Rollie, which really pissed me off even further because they're both arguing. It wasn't just Biggie arguing by her damn self. And I cannot believe that they sat there and let that girl get ganged up on. And in the end, she was looking so defeated, like she just wanted to leave. Nobody stood up for her. And then she allowed Scarface to push her down on a damn couch like a toddler. And then Biggie said to Natalie that she didn't have to bring her back if she didn't mess with her like that. But Biggie, you kind of begged your way in because you wasn't casted. I remember seeing you on the second episode, I think. You were asking to be a part of the cast. So, yes, you kind of did beg your way in. And like Camilla said, it's given desperate and thirsty. But I like you, girl, but that's what it's given. So in the next scene, Smiley and Natalie are on FaceTime. And Smiley wants to know where her damn chain is. And Mariah gave the chain to her sister and says if she wanted, she can come get it from her sister. So they planning on going to the club that night, and she tells her that her sister will be there and then she can get her chain. Since it initially started with Smiley taking the chain from her sister, then that's where it ends. You're going to have to take it back from Mariah's sister. So in the next scene, Taseki talking about the best part about the girls in her house is that they all get along. Okay, that's all fine and dandy. But y'all don't stand up for each other. I don't give a damn about y'all getting along. When are y'all going to stand on something? Okay, stand for something and stand up for the girls that are in your house being ambushed. Everybody yelling at Biggie when she was talking, but when Rollie was talking, nobody said a damn thing. And then Camila, in the next scene, she said, well, in her confessional, she said she was tired of Smiley because what she does is like it's come off inauthentic and it's giving fraud. And she said that the fact that they had to beg her to defend herself, she acted like a pussy and she wasn't cool with that. And she said, she acting like a pussy, but at the same time, you talking shit in the house. And Smiley said it wasn't that at all. She just didn't want to fight. Are y'all forgetting the girl had a miscarriage? She was probably still in pain. And then Camila was like, we wanted to stand up for you, but you make it hard because you're not standing up for yourself. Camila, shut the hell up. Because you know damn well you didn't want to stand up for her. If you wanted to stand up for someone in the house, you had the opportunity to stand up for Biggie, but you didn't. You didn't stand up because you weak and fake and you was dick riding off the energy of the other side. And it's like every time some girls get into an argument in the house with Taseki and Camila, they always turn the negative energy towards them and not to the girls that actually ambushed them. So the negative energy should be at Rollie and Scarface, not to Biggie and Smiley. Well, maybe Smiley because she did snatch the chain, but Biggie was just protecting herself and trying to stand up for herself, and y'all got mad at her and started yelling at her. So in the next scene, the girls are headed to a baddie blunt pop-up, and Smiley calls Natalie, and she actually calls her on FaceTime, and Natalie was like, why the hell this girl keep calling me? So she picks up the phone, and she notices that Smiley is wearing a hoodie, while everybody else is dressed up, ready to go party. But she looked like she ready to fight. So Natalie said to her, why are you wearing a hoodie? We're going to 2 clubs tonight. Why are you dressed like you about to go to a picnic or to shoot pool? Why everybody else is looking glamorous? And Natalie was saying that she hopes, Smiley ain't on no weird shit. But you already told her that y'all going to the club and Mariah Lynn's sister is gonna be there. So to me, Smiley's coming prepared because she knows she want her chain back. So how she gonna get her chain back? By fighting Mariah Lynn's sister again. So Natalie, you knew damn well you told that girl what was going on. That's why she was wearing her street clothes. But you acting all fake and phony like you didn't know what was going on. She is so fake. So then Smiley tells Natalie that she didn't know they was going to the club. She thought they was going home first. Huh? Let me find out you lying again. You know damn well you put those clothes on in preparation for Mariah Lynn's sister. So I don't know why you lying. Why you lying? Girl, can you tell the truth for anything? What's the big deal? Tell these hoes you dressed down because you trying to get your motherfucking chain back. So in the next scene, they all walking into the club and Scarface, I heard her talking to some guy. I don't really know what was said. I heard some things, but he didn't call her a bitch. Now, she goes in her confessional and says the man called her a bitch and then hit her in the back of the head. He did not call her a bitch. He accidentally hit her with his elbow. Now, with the exchange that they had, he said, "You know who I am?" And she said, "No, I don't know who you are." And then he called Biggie's name. Maybe it was a fan. I don't know. But she think it's something Biggie set up. And if she did, so be it. Period. So then they all in the club, Smiley, Mariah Lynn, they dancing quite close to each other. And again, Smiley dressed like she ready to fight. And now that I think about it, Camila told her and Biggie, take them bonnets off and go get cute. So how did you not know that you were coming to square up? You knew you was, but you lied and for no reason because you deserve to get your damn chain back after they jumped you. So as they were dancing, Mariah Lynn called her sister Victoria to come square up with Smiley. So they make eye contact. They both, throwing punches, grabbing hair, and Smiley had her head down. Why do these girls fight with their head down? So anyway, that was the end of the episode. They both was pulling hair. Nothing really, we didn't really see nothing. Once again, they're leaving us with a cliffhanger. I guess we'll see the beginning of the fight next episode. So then they show us clips of the next episode and Smiley and Biggie get put out the damn house. Why did they put Biggie out? And then Scarface grabbing her damn clothes. Don't touch her stuff. Who the fuck said they had to leave? I mean, I see why they would put Smiley out because she did whatever. We'll see what happened next week. But Biggie didn't have a reason to get put out.